Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now this is the third part of where I show my 10 worst songs from my 10 favourite groups, bands, artists. I've already done David Bowie, I've done T-Rex, and now I'm going to do ABBA. Now this actually is the most difficult one because I'm going to have to admit something. The 10 I picked I do like, I really do. But they are probably the worst of an absolutely excellent bunch. So I feel a little bit guilty listing these 10 songs, even though, you know, some have to come at the bottom. So at number 10 we have from The Visitors. What an album, absolutely brilliant album, and it's the quirky 2 for the price of 1. I think part of the reason I'm putting this in the list is because the B-side of One of Us, Should I Laugh or Cry, should have been on this instead of 2 for the price of 1. But still, it's a quirky little number with absolutely silly lyrics. It's a Bjorn-led song, which is not always one of the best things, it's because the girls are far better singers. But it is bouncy enough, it's okay, but it just sneaks in at number 10 for me, so 2 for the price of 1 from The Visitors. At number 9, and we have from the ABBA album, and it's the reggae tinged Tropical Loveland. Now I think the reason why this one goes in is because it's very, very sparse. It could have been beefed up a little bit. It's not a bad song, it's an enjoyable song, but I think the instrumentation is lacking a little bit, and it could have been more put into it, put it that way. But still, not bad, and there's a nice video of it on YouTube as well. So my number 9 is Tropical Loveland from the ABBA album. Not the album, but the ABBA album. Number 8, and this goes in, even though I do actually love this, and it's from Ring Ring, and it's me and Bobby's brother. Now this is so sickly sweet that it's actually enjoyable. Whenever I first heard this, I thought, this is dreadful, this is an absolute awful song. But as years have gone by, I've got to appreciate it a little bit more, but it still falls into this group. But yeah, very, very sickly, very, very catchy, very almost over catchy. But yeah, number 8 is me and Bobby's brother. It's still not a bad song though, and it's from the Ring Ring album. Okay, at number 7, and we go back to ABBA. It's Man in the Middle, and this is the 5th song on side 1. And yeah, it's okay. Again, it's another Bjorn sung song, and it is quite funky, but it's never been one of my favourites. It's always been my least favourite of this album, and a lot of people tend to like this because it's slightly more different. But to me, it's okay. It's not a bad song at all, but it's still the weakest off the album. So at number 7 is Man in the Middle. And at number 6 we have from ABBA the album, and it's I'm a Marionette. Now again, I didn't like this at the start, and it was a B-side of the, I think it was the Take a Chance on Me single, but it has grown on me, and whenever I was doing this list I had this as probably my least favourite, but I'm actually starting to enjoy it more. It's the last track on side 2. It's part of The Girl with the Golden Hair. Now, Thank You for the Music actually starts The Girl with the Golden Hair, and if you listen to the lyrics, yes, it should start, but all your instincts are saying that it should be the last song. I'm a Marionette, which was performed live, and you know, the girls were puppets really, they were marionettes. It's enjoyable, but it doesn't have that brilliant a melody at all, so it falls into this list as well at my number 6. And at number 5, and it's from the Voulez-Vous album, and it's Lovers Live a Little Longer, the second to last song on side 2. Again, it's the melody lets this down a little bit, especially the chorus. The verses are fine, the choruses are not great at all. I was going to include Kisses of Fire on this as well, but whenever I played it again I really enjoyed it. So Lovers Live a Little Longer, it's a good song, there's nothing wrong with it, but as I say, all ABBA songs are great, but some have to fall into the bottom 10, so in this case it's, for me, my number 5. At number 4, and we go back to Ring Ring. And it's I Saw It in the Mirror, which I actually loved at the start. This one's going down a little bit for me. Again, it's another Bjorn song, which, as I said before, the girls are better singers. But yeah, it's okay. It's a funky little track. It's got a little bit of a reggae feel to it, and it doesn't spoil the album at all. It's still decent, but it does fall for me at number 4. And at number 3, and we go back to ABBA, the album, and sorry about this, John Heaton, but it's One Man, One Woman, which is a good song, but it doesn't sound like an ABBA song. It sounds like anybody, anyone could sing it. It's just an ordinary bog standard ballad, and it just doesn't have that spark for me. Now, I will admit I enjoyed it a little bit more than I usually do, and I never tend to skip it. I used to, but not now. But still, compared to either side of it is Take a Chance on Me and The Name of the Game, so it doesn't have much of a hope really. So One Man, One Woman is a little bit boring for me actually, and it gets my number 3. And at number 2, and we go back again to Ring Ring. And this one here is the one written by Agneta, and it's Disillusion. And again, similar to One Man, One Woman, in that it doesn't really fit very well onto this album. It sounds more like an Agneta solo song. There's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't have that ABBA spark to it. Now, she even said herself that, you know, she can write songs, and she did for her solo career, but she said that, you know, they were not of the same sort of standard or feel as Bjorn and Benny's. But this one got in. Bjorn wrote the lyrics. Agneta then re-recorded it for her 1975 solo album, Et Hus something or other. I can never say the name. But yeah, it's a fine song, but it's just an ordinary ballad, and to me it shouldn't really be on the album. But again, it doesn't overly spoil the album because I don't skip it, but it's my number 2. And so my least favourite ABBA song was actually a B-side, and a standalone B-side, and it's the B-side of Money Money Money, and the track is Crazy World. Now, this was recorded around the sessions of the ABBA album from 1975. Again, it's Bjorn singing, and it's just an ordinary bog standard song with a little bit of a country tinge to it, and it's not that great. It's not distasteful in any way. I can listen to it, and I will not skip it when I play the CD, because it's always a bonus track on the ABBA CD. But to me, it's not the highest standard of ABBA songs, which is probably why it was relegated to a B-side. But still, yeah, okay, but it's my number 1. So there are my 10 least favourite or worst ABBA songs. A band that I just love to death, and as I said at the start of this video, I do like all those 10 songs. I don't dislike any of them. It's just compared to the rest, they are probably the weakest. Okay, that's me for now. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.